All right, brothers. Another video, another vlog where I'm naked, pretty much. Jack is here with us. He won't let me even get close to the ball though. Trying to kick it for him. Jerk. Anyway, so I got the hood mostly sanded down. I just laid down another coat of glass. It's a fiberglass Bondo. This side's already done. Actually, I gotta keep mixing this. Just 2 minutes. I have no idea. I've never seen this primer in my life before, but whatever. Anyway, so I just sliced my finger open with sandpaper. And let me tell you, it didn't feel good. I mean, it doesn't feel bad, but I like literally went right down this freaking thing. Like I pushed and I went, just cut right in. I'm like, oh my God. But so this is as smooth as it can be. Now, obviously, all this has to get sanded. So this is just gonna be temporary primer filler to build up and see if it's gonna be all smooth, and then I'm just gonna leave it like that. So, but this is, I mean, you're not gonna get better than this, I don't think, unless you're a professional body guy and you can do it better. But I wish you guys can feel this. So I'm gonna still sand this right here right now, just this corner, and then primer that whole section right there. So this bumper, a little bit of tape, whatever. I don't care for this bumper. I need a new one. As you can see, this one's got a bunch of dents on it. Nothing you can really see, but it's there. So, and then we're gonna sand this down. So I'm gonna bust this down with the 80 grit. It's really thick, so I'm gonna do 80 grit and then work my way down. So like 80, 220, 180, and 180, 80, 180, 220, and then 400. So sanding blocks or anything that can fit in here. And you can see this right here. See how it kind of looks like it's like wet spots? Well, those are just spots that are actually like from the previous what do you call it, paint. I painted the hood outside, and see, it's got a lot of, I don't know what you would call that, like low spots. And you don't even feel this. Like I think once I primer it, it won't even be there. As you can see, all the imperfections, because I painted outside, and as I was painting the hood, we ended up shutting the garage doors, and all the stuff from the freaking building and the door was coming down on fresh paint. And I had this plan to once wet sand it and polish it, and I just never got around to it. The hood started chipping and whatnot from all the rock debris through the winter, so I just said screw it, I'll repaint it. So now that the time has come, here we are. Anyway, 90% of a good job is the prep. Now usually, just to paint it, all you have to do is kind of scuff it up like this and clean it off, just, you know, so you kind of penetrate the surface, and then you lay the new paint on. But what I'm gonna do is do a little bit of better job this time around. So let's get to the sanding. Get this stuff where you actually won't feel anything. It's got to be butter smooth. All right, I think I shook it enough. See how I can mess this up, boys. So far it lays down pretty nice. See how she dries up. I don't care about the tires. Before y'all say anything, these tires are shot. They need to go. The wheels are gonna get polished. Everything is gonna get done in due time, okay? I'm gonna paint my truck over there. A little bit of a gusty wind going that way. I'll end up stopping right here. The rest of the way up here needs to get sanded, so there's not really any point. It's a little weak right here. So right here is gonna need to get resanded. As you can see, it's got a couple grooves. But once again, I'm gonna do the whole fender. That's where that's gonna be done at. Did something just slammed on there? It did. Freaking heck, man. This needs to get resanded here. I knew I should have hit it with a little bit of a different sandpaper. So of course with wind, there's gonna be things blowing. So as you can see, a little. I'll be able to just wipe that off once the primer dries, so no worries. Okay, there we go. There's that. So that fender, for now, looks to be done. A little weak right here. And right here might need some resanding. Maybe not. Maybe we're just dry. Okay. So that's where that stands. Now we're going to go ahead and let it dry. And then I'm just going to go ahead and attack this with the 60 grit. I just looked for my tripod. High and low. Couldn't find it. I was going to set you guys up here to watch the sanding process, but I think I'll just show you before and after. So I built up a lot right here that I have to knock off. And around here I did a really bad job with the actual DA, so I had to fill this up to make it nice and round again. So I'm gonna have to be real tidy around this area and this right here. So all this you see right here, that's like whatever that color is, like beige, that's actual fiberglass. So that's the mold for the when they molded the hood. So you can't get past that anyway. It can just start turning black like this into whatever's under there. So I'm just gonna flatten all this out and make it all nice and smooth, and that should be able to, that should do it for the day. So, but this is gonna be a long sanding process too, so perfection takes time. So we'll see how it comes out. I probably should have just bought a new hood, to be honest with y'all, but I'll deal with it. Crackhead activities. And he'll do this for hours on hours. Alright, so
a little longer than a few minutes later.
It's been like probably an hour or 2 hours since the last clip for you was 0.1 seconds ago. So far the sanding process, I am filthy, but I just knocked this down. So in here, you see this shit. I was sanding and I noticed it was like soft, so I took a knife and I started digging into it, and I guess some fiberglass didn't have enough hardener in it when I put it on yesterday, or day before yesterday, I think. So I dug it all out, so now everything's good. So now I'm gonna reapply another light coat here And there's a couple little pinholes like that here, a couple here. So typically what you would put over this is actually Bondo, which I don't have at hand, but I might just go ahead and go buy some, or I might just see if I'll be able to do it with the fiberglass still. I'll do another layer of fiberglass, and if this works, then so be it. So it's right here, you can't really see, but like you can barely feel it. It's just kind of like a divot. So I'm gonna lay another light coat here, and then right here where I sanded too deep. Otherwise, everything else is pretty good. So just a couple little spots where there's a little bit of pinholes. I know that it'll probably show once I primer it. Also, there's a couple pinholes here, and then right here it's not perfect still. So it's not good right here all the way until here, and then from here it's all smooth. So I know it's gonna show, and I don't want to leave it like that. So I'm gonna throw a little bit more on here, sand more, make it more round all the way up and down, and then do another layer here, and then just some right here. Really, I'm gonna try to do a really thin layer where I don't have to like sand so damn much, but it's just a little imperfections here and there. So I think we're coming together. All right, move my Jeep just in case somebody wants to do something tomorrow, but here's some progress. Nice and smooth for most part. Once again, I'm gonna have to grab some Bondo. As you can see, there's a couple fiberglass holes. I already patched them up a couple times and they just keep coming back. I gotta sand right here a little bit more, and here just another blemish. It's a lot worse on camera actually than in person. From right here you can't even see it, but yeah, so I end up actually getting some Bondo tomorrow instead of fiberglass, and I'll lay down the smooth layer, sand it down, call it a day. So we're looking pretty damn good here. Just got to resand it again. I had the 60 grit, and then I did it with the I did it with the 40, then I did it with the 60, then I did it with the 180, 220, and then the 400, but I missed a spot, of course. So once again, all of this is gonna get sanded again before it gets painted. So I'm gonna end up going, more than likely gonna wet sand the hood to make it nice and smooth. And of course, as I told you guys before, I got those little stripe things that you were able to see. I'm thinking you might not be able to see them when I go. Man, that's crazy. You can't feel it, but you can see it. Like, man. Anyway, as you guys see, you can kind of see there's a stripe. Like, that thing has no texture, no feel, but it's there. So same with this up here. Like, no texture, no feeling, but it's there, you know? So my only other thing was gonna be like lay some pinstriping of some sort, or some kind of like vinyl design, a wrap, which was the original plan, but turned out that I wanted to paint it before that happened. There was a guy in Jersey that actually did want to do it for me if I just bought the wrap, one of my buddy Vic's boys, but I ended up damaging the hood, and then I started working on it. Then I decided maybe I'll just repaint it. So anyway, this side, that's all it needs tomorrow. I'm exhausted, I'm totally beat. Been at it for like 6-7 hours with both the fenders. So yeah, I'm kind of done. This one's actually pretty perfect, besides Jack's slobber when he just walked by, but otherwise nice and smooth. Martin, got something for you. Anyway, so I'll see you guys either on the next one, or I'll probably see you tomorrow. We'll see. If I continue with a shirt on tomorrow, then you'll know I was here working tomorrow. Otherwise, I'll catch you guys.